What if everything you believe about yourself is wrong? What if you've spent your entire life living like someone you're not? This ancient story of a lion raised among sheep will make you question your own identity. Stay until the end, because its lesson could completely change the way you see yourself. Long ago, deep in the African savanna, a lioness was hunting with her cub. Suddenly, a violent storm swept across the land. In the confusion, the tiny cub became separated from his mother. Lost, frightened, and alone, he wandered for hours until he collapsed from exhaustion. The next morning, a flock of sheep discovered the helpless little cub. Instead of leaving him behind, they felt compassion and decided to raise him as one of their own. The cub grew up surrounded by sheep. He ate grass. He walked like a sheep. He bleated like a sheep. Whenever danger appeared, he ran away with the rest of the flock. He never questioned who he really was. He simply believed what everyone around him believed. He thought he was a sheep. Years passed. The lion became bigger and stronger than every sheep in the flock. Yet inside, he still felt weak. Whenever wolves appeared, he trembled with fear. Whenever the sheep ran, he ran too. He spent his life trying to fit in. Although he looked different, he ignored it. He believed that being different meant something was wrong with him. Like many people today, he allowed his environment to define his identity. Without realizing it, he was living a life that was never meant for him. One afternoon, a powerful wild lion came searching for food. As he approached the flock, something caught his attention. Among hundreds of sheep stood another lion, eating grass, bleating, and running away in fear. The wild lion couldn't believe his eyes. He chased the young lion and stopped him. The frightened lion begged, "Please don't eat me. I'm only a sheep." The wild lion looked at him in complete disbelief. "No," he said, "you are not a sheep. You are a lion." But the young lion shook his head. "No, I've always been a sheep." The older lion didn't argue. Instead, he led the young lion to a quiet lake. The water was perfectly still. "Look," the older lion said. The young lion looked into the water. For the first time in his life, he truly saw himself. His reflection looked exactly like the lion standing beside him, not like the sheep behind him. At that moment, everything changed. The older lion let out a mighty roar that echoed across the valley. Then he said, "Now it's your turn." The young lion hesitated. His first attempt sounded weak, but the older lion encouraged him again. Taking a deep breath, the young lion roared with all his strength. The sound shook the trees. Birds flew into the sky. The sheep stared in amazement. For the first time, he wasn't pretending anymore. He had discovered who he truly was. The young lion never hated the sheep. They had cared for him when he was helpless. But he also understood something important. He could no longer live a life that wasn't his own. He walked away from the flock, not because he was better than them, but because he had finally accepted his true identity. From that day forward, he lived with confidence instead of fear, not because he had changed, but because he finally realized who he had always been. Many people spend their entire lives living according to other people's expectations. They follow the crowd. They hide their talents. They ignore their true potential because they're afraid of being different. Like the young lion, they believe the labels the world gives them. But your environment does not define you. Your past does not define you. Other people's opinions do not define you. The only thing that truly defines you is the person you choose to become. Stop living like a sheep when you were born to be a lion. Because the moment you discover your true identity, your entire life begins to change.